Micro ATX cases are perfect for building powerful PCs that won't take over your whole desk. But figuring out what works for you can be tricky. After all, you want something that looks good and performs well. So today, I've put together this list of the top 5 best Micro ATX PC cases that builders are really digging right now. For more information and updated prices of the products, check out the purchase links in the description. So let's head right in. First up, we have an MATX case that's often seen as a case that gives you a little touch of premium without demanding a premium price tag. We're talking about the Zalman T3 PLUS. People seem to appreciate this one because it manages to offer features like a tempered glass side panel without feeling like it's cutting corners elsewhere. As you can see, it's got a really clean look, and the front panel is mesh. That's a big plus for airflow. It's definitely designed with cooling in mind right from the start, which is super important for keeping your parts happy, especially during longer gaming sessions. Now, besides that tempered glass to show off your build, it includes tool-free drive bays. That makes adding storage drives much easier, which is always nice. It can handle standard ATX power supplies, which gives you flexibility there. For graphics cards, you can fit models up to 280mm in length. It also comes with some fans already installed, which is great for getting decent cooling performance right out of the box without needing extra purchases. Now, it is a compact case, so you might find the interior a bit tight. And yes, that 280mm GPU limit means some of the largest cards won't fit. Radiator space can also be somewhat limited, but considering its position and price, those constraints are pretty reasonable. It still feels like a solid step up if you want better airflow and a glass side panel without stretching your budget at all. And then, we have the Thermaltake S100. This case is often highlighted as the go-to budget Micro ATX option, and I can see why people say that. It really gives you a ton of value without asking for a lot in return. It consistently shows up as a top pick in budget case rundowns. And you can even get it in this cool snow edition, which mixes white and black. It also has a tempered glass side panel, which just gives it a much more premium feel than you might expect. In terms of what you can put inside, it's pretty flexible. You can use standard ATX power supplies, which is handy. And for your graphics card, there's room for cards up to 330mm long. That's plenty for most entry or even mid-range components. It's also got some basic features to help you manage your cables, keeping things looking tidy. And while it's a budget case, users seem to agree that the build quality feels quite sturdy. So if you're building your first PC or just need a Micro ATX case that gets the job done reliably without breaking the bank, the Thermaltake S100 seems like a really smart starting point. Okay, moving along to number 3, we have the Cooler Master MasterBox NR400. This case has been around for a little while, but it's still incredibly popular and for good reason. It seems to hit that sweet spot for a lot of people, balancing functionality with a reasonable size. People really appreciate its design. It uses a dual-chamber layout, which is pretty neat. That means it separates your power supply and drives from your main components like the motherboard and graphics card. Some users say this layout can even help improve thermal performance by a couple of degrees compared to similar cases. For cooling, you have plenty of options. You can fit 3 120mm fans in the front, 2 140mm on top, and a 120mm in the back. And even with front fans installed, you can fit some seriously long graphics cards, up to 410mm. That's huge for a Micro ATX case. It also has a good number of drive bays, 4 3.5-inch, 4 2.5-inch, and even a 5.25-inch bay for an optical drive. You don't see those much anymore. This is why some people, especially those who still use discs, find it really valuable. A couple of things to keep in mind though. While the included fans are decent, some builders upgrading to bigger 140mm fans up front have seen CPU and GPU temps drop by 5 to 8 degrees Celsius. Also, cable management space behind the motherboard is about 20mm, which is decent for hiding cables, but you'll need to be mindful, especially with thicker power supply wires. If you use 3.5-inch drives, a modular power supply might need to be 160mm or shorter, so that's something to check. Overall, the NR400 is known for its thoughtful design and flexibility. It hits a great balance between being compact at 35.5-liter volume and still having room for high-end components and even custom water cooling. It feels like a really solid choice for a capable build. Next, we have the Lian X Dan Cases A3 MATX. This case is pretty special because it feels like it really pushes the boundaries of what a smaller Micro ATX case can do. It's only about 26 liters in volume, which is quite small for a case that can handle high-end components. It even earned some awards for its innovative design and how well it uses space. And that's because despite its size, it has impressive compatibility. You can fit full-sized ATX power supplies, even longer ones up to 220mm. And here's the really impressive part for builders. You can fit graphics cards up to a massive 415mm in length. That means even huge cards, like an RTX 4090 Founders Edition, can squeeze in with room to spare. For cooling, it's built with airflow in mind. It features mesh panels on 3 sides, which apparently helps it achieve significantly better airflow than many standard Micro ATX cases. You get tons of fan mounting options, up to 10 120mm positions, and you can even fit 3 60mm radiators on 3 different sides. The case is also quite modular. The PSU bracket is removable and can be mounted in different spots, giving you flexibility for your layout. This modularity helps you optimize things for better temperatures, and there's even an option for vertical GPU mounting if that's your style. Some users mention that this case can keep high-end GPUs like an RTX 4090 around 68 degrees Celsius under heavy gaming loads in a 25 degree Celsius room environment, which is excellent for its size. And even under full load, it can be relatively quiet, with noise levels reported around 34.5 decibels when using specific fans. So, if you're aiming for a powerful build but want something much smaller than a typical Micro ATX tower, the Lian X Dan Case's A3 MATX looks like an incredibly capable and innovative option. And finally, taking the #1 spot on our list is the Corsair 2500D Airflow. This case is really setting a new standard for high-performance Micro ATX builds, and honestly, it's pretty exciting. This one is often praised for its smart design, especially its dual-chamber layout. After all, this design is known for significantly improving cooling. People have reported GPU temperatures dropping by a good amount, sometimes 7 to 9 degrees Celsius lower, compared to more traditional case layouts. It even has these cool air guide vanes that help direct airflow over critical components like VRM heatsinks and SSDs. And let's talk about cooling capacity. It's seriously impressive for a Micro ATX case. You can fit a massive 420mm radiator on top and a 360mm radiator in the front simultaneously. That's a lot of cooling power packed into a smaller space. Plus, you get up to 11 positions for 120mm fans, including options for 140mm up front. You can even fit tall air coolers, up to 180mm. Building in this case also seems quite straightforward. It features Corsair's Rapid Route system, which makes cable management almost tool-free. There are generous 32mm routing channels, and it even has integrated support for their IQ Link ecosystem. Storage is easy too, with toolless trays for both 2.5-inch and 3.5-inch drives, some with features designed to dissipate heat. It also supports both SFXL and ATX power supplies, which is great. And better yet, it has built-in support for reverse connector motherboards. And yes, if you want to show off your GPU, it includes a high-quality PCIe 5.0 riser cable for vertical mounting, rated to handle demanding cards. You can even swap out the side panels for different materials like wood, metal, or glass to really customize the look. It feels like this case just brings everything together. Great cooling, flexibility for high-end parts, and features that make building easier. It's easy to see why it's considered a top-tier option for a powerful Micro ATX system. Thanks for sticking around. For more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the channel. Click the bell icon too, so you'll get notified every time we drop a new video at MasterBox.